Welcome back to PSC Tech Bytes. Today I want to introduce you to the new capabilities introduced by Microsoft in the latest release of SharePoint Framework, which is nowadays version 1.17.1. In fact, in this new release, we can find improvements to the hosting everywhere functionality for web part built with SharePoint Framework, meaning that you can host your web part in SharePoint Online, indeed, but also in Microsoft Teams as personal or configurable tabs, in Outlook.com and in the Office.com portal as Office 365 apps. There are also improvements for the adaptive card extensions, as well as the final release of the top actions for web parts. There is also some improvement in the area of accessibility and of authentication for consuming external APIs. There is support for Team.js SDK version 2.19.1. There is support for the Teams Manifest version 1.16. And last but not least, support for the Adaptive Card Schema version 1.5 in the ACES development. And talking about this last new capability, let me show you how you can benefit of version 1.5 of the Adaptive Card Schema while building your ACES. First of all, this is the web page provided by Microsoft with the information about the latest release of SharePoint Framework, which is, as I said, 1.17.1. This is actually a small fix to the 1.17 release that happened a couple of weeks ago. So you can find all of the improvements and new capabilities described right in this document. Just to give an idea, this is an adaptive card extension that I've built using SharePoint Framework 1.17.1, and in this one you can see that by clicking on this quick view button I can see a table rendered in my quick view through the JSON adaptive card template. Well, this table is a new capability introduced by version 1.5 of the adaptive card schema. So let me switch to Visual Studio Code and let me show you how I've built this ACE. So first of all, this is just a demo one. So in the state of my adaptive card extension, I defined a tasks property of type array of to-do task, where every single to-do task is made of an ID, which is a number, a title, and a due date, which is a date. And in the onInit method of my adaptive card extension, I simply initialize this state with a fake list of tasks, because I don't care about the content, but I want to show you how you can leverage that content in your ACE. So here in the quick view, we simply have the quick view data interface, which defines not only the default and out of the box subtitle and title, but also a tasks property of type, again one more time, to do task array of it. So in the get data of the quick view, we simply provide as the content of the tasks property of our quick view data the tasks that we have in the state of the adaptive card extension. And now the interesting part comes visible. So here we have the JSON template of our card, and as you can see, the version is now 1.5. And here I'm simply rendering a text block for the title as well as another text block for the subtitle. And then I have the new table element that I can define in the schema 1.5. Here you can set a bunch of properties about the table. So for example, we can define the horizontal and vertical alignment for our cells of content. We can define the grid style. We can define if the first row of the table will be the header one. Then we can specify how wide will be the columns in our table. And here I will have 3 columns, as you can remember from the demo. The first one will be the one with size 1, then 3, and then 2. This will be proportionally applied to all of the columns width in the actual rendering of the table. And then I define the rows. And here, first of all, I have a row, which is another element of type table row, where I define the cells and I can simply specify the title that I want to see in every single column of my table. And in order to specify the title content, I simply need to declare a collection of items in the table cell, which defines a cell inside of a table row. Then I have another table row element, but this time it will be repeated for all of the tasks in the data source of my adaptive card extension. So basically, you can imagine there will be a kind of a for each across all of the tasks. And for every single task, we will render a table row. And in the table row, we will have a table cell with the ID through the format number function. Then we will have another cell with the text block rendering the title of the task. And last but not least, a last table cell with right alignment. And in the text block of this table cell, we have the format datetime of the due date of my task. So basically, you can simply rely on the data binding capability of the adaptive card schema and on the table and table row and table cell in order to build a new table. And you don't need anymore to play hard as you used to be in the past with container columns and stuff like that. You simply need to create a table. That's it. Like always, thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it interesting and I'm really looking forward to seeing you next week. Thank you.